Okay, so it's 3:30 on this so-called Christmas morning, and, I don't know, it's so weird too because it is so much like what is so much like is dirty hair has like, these ladies who think they need the silver hair to give them this range of, uh, I think it just need to stop washing your hair all the time. I think that's what we're all supposed to do, even though today is gonna be hair washing day. What did you do, Christmas? I washed my hair. Um, but you can see, like, this is what happens, and it's not oily. It looks oily because it's shiny and waxy like an apple, and it doesn't get happy when you wash it off. Sometimes it comes back hard. That's what I started noticing. It was really particular about what shampoos I use because some of it really triggered my hair to just go crazy. And but this is like, I don't know, day 4, I think, or 5. I try and do 5 days. If I can get 6 days, if I can get my hair, I haven't gotten to be able to do it for a week, but I've gotten to 5 and 6 days. But I don't think I've gotten to a week, but I'm so fucked up on time. I mean, like, every week you do a week. I don't fucking know. I mean, my shampoo's running out way too fast. Every fucking thing runs out too fast. And you have to buy these more expensive shampoos to get stuff that's not goddamn poison. The cheapest stuff is the most poisonous. So if you can see how far down it will go. And the thing is with me is it's sticky. It's really sticky like wax. And so it like bunches up and stuff. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, because it kind of like goes all bunches up like through the day, and it kind of gets tangled and it will get stuck. Sometimes it's like stuck under my arm and stuff. And it always feels so much better when I first wash it. It feels so breezy, like, it's just so fresh and breezy. But then right away it starts doing its secretion thing. And then it's always like, it used to, my hair has gotten so much healthier because it used to not do back here. It used to do it really bad right here, which it still does. I have to put the dry shampoo, which gives you so much texture. But even it will saturate that in a while. So anyways, it used to be, it was like right here. I had a whole bunch. And this side of my hair, because on my swirl, like where we have two sides of us. And this side is my side that has way more hair than this side. This side is thinner on the hair anyways. And it has its own growth pattern. And so it would always grow. It was like it would grow to a certain place and like stop or something. I'm not sure what it does. So like I cut this side to match this side because this side sets the tone. And but this side used to be um back, I don't know, a year or two ago. Um it was I don't even know how long I've been doing the copper now. Like I have to go back and look at all this stuff and try and figure out dates and timelines and stuff. But when I very first started, this side was way more dry. And like I said, the white hair, even though this looks white, it's very dark. It's really weird because I really think it's almost like it's just gonna be gone to you guys because the way this light picks it up. But this is like so much darker than it looks. And then right here though, like this part you probably will be able to see the longest. Just like on the tooth thing. I'll show you the tooth thing right now. The look at that, how much better it looks. Like, yeah, this Sunday would be a month. So look at that, man. And so it seems that it's just gonna keep going in, like all the white is just gonna like keep going where it's gonna seem like parts just disappear. And then it's just gonna get smaller and smaller. And it will be down in the very edge down there. It'll be a little dark and then it'll just disappear. And then I think, though, the tooth will keep building on top of that. That'll just be when it looks like the black disappears. Because already I don't ever see orange now. But there, I would think it has to go through the phase in the black to turn into orange. To get it to go white. So, but I don't know. And I don't know if it's going to be so small that we'd even be able to see. But anyways, it really works. And yesterday I saw a dentist saying, if you're older, you don't go get fillings done. Just heal them. I was like, what? And then he was doing like some kind of sponsoring some kind of something. There's all sorts of herbs and just like this new kind of toothpaste, you know, that has all these minerals. Like you can do, but you got to do something. Like you can't just ignore your teeth and just continue. And if you're getting a bunch of cavities, because when I was a kid, I got cavities I got my second cup of tea. So bear with me. I'm going to be drinking it. Hold on. So when I was a kid, I had tons and tons of cavities all the time, and I was always getting in trouble for it. And I couldn't understand it because, like my brother, the one I had to get the fucking water for, I gave the soapy water to that brother, he never fucking brushed his teeth. And he would just lie and say he did, and I knew he didn't. And then we'd go, and he never had a cavity. He never got cavities. And I'm in there brushing, getting in trouble because I'm not brushing good enough. And, but I got these big cheeks. And so, I don't know, I would always get blamed on these cheeks where just like, so I don't know. But when I saw that one man talking about that he never brushed his teeth his whole life. He only does peroxide rinse, and he's never had a cavity, never had anything, nothing done in his teeth. They're all perfect. It's like what they're doing is interfering like with every fucking thing they do. It's like create interference. And you know, one thing, I'm going to kind of be all over the place again. Because when I was starting, I was like, what the fuck am I even going to be talking about? There's just so much weird shit. It's just like, I'm just going to be hitting a bunch of topics, I think. Hold on. See if I can remember the one that I was about to hit on. One thing is I see all these people now doing these videos about the sounds outside. And that's another thing. Like, fuck. That was years ago. It seems like years ago I was talking about that. And always like when you talk about that stuff, then people would, think you're wacky. And, you get comments like, get off the drugs, old lady. Stuff like that. And so, I would talk about it on here, but just focus on it. But the sounds, the whirring, it's like it's just these weird sounds where it sounds like, is there a fucking giant generator? Like you just start hearing things different. You start seeing things different. You start hearing things different as you awaken. It just changes. And by the way, it's so fucking loud right now. I can't even fucking believe it. I dropped something in the kitchen. I was taking a little iron fish out of the teapot, and I grab it with these little pincher things and pull it up, and then I dropped it when I was gonna lay it down, and oh my god, it was so loud. I couldn't believe it. And the way it just reverberates. It's like, oh, my ears hurt. So I don't know. That's one thing for me with the sounds. It's like extreme. And then plus you can feel them. You can feel things going through your body. It's so weird. And things just look weird. Everything, you can totally tell a change in energy. Like if I leave my driveway and go out into the street, I completely feel like I have like my own little energy bubble or something that we're in or something. I can feel it when I go out, and I can feel it when I come back in. And which, this was interesting, I had just seen, was plants, especially I'm talking about house plants, but like the ones that you plant yourself, especially, you think that you gave them birth, you gave them life by creating and planting them, so very connected to you, like you're their god. But anyways, they had him hooked up to monitors, and the plants could feel the person coming home when they were like 2,000 kilometers or something. I don't know. There's a distance, and I'm not even sure because it wasn't in a way that we measure here, but it was, they could feel you before you got here. And that's the same thing with dogs and stuff too. Like always when I'm getting closer to home, like I don't know, like going about 3 miles or 4, maybe 3 to 5 miles away or something. I feel like Stella can sense that I'm getting close. And I always start sending my telepathy. I talk to people all the time with telepathy because it's just been a thing through my life. And I don't know that everybody knows, like you don't just like hear somebody's voice. And you can hear somebody's voice. Sometimes I think when you're hearing somebody's voice, though, it's like you've imprinted it and you're repeating it to yourself. Like you're encouraging a message to yourself or something, which most messaging is discouraging. Most people's playback is discouraged. Like they just beat themselves down and feel rejected and hated and stuff. Which, by the way, that thing with this parent thing now, because that seems like, I swear to God, it's like I can see something coming right before it's coming. I just see it ahead. And it doesn't take much. I can see something and it's just like I just see it. And then all of a sudden, here it comes. But some of it, it takes a while, like this fucking thing. Now you hear all these people like talking about the sounds in the sky. The thing with the things up in the sky, it would be like so much better if people weren't scared. And so many conversations of people trying to figure it out. Like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, Lord. I did see somebody yesterday, though. It made me happy because they said something about, this isn't your real world. This isn't where our real world is. Something, I don't remember how they said it, but that's the thing. This isn't our real world. This is a game. And like it's a purposeful game, but it's not our real world. And so many people are so caught up in it, this being the real world, and they're so caught up in this 3D world, and that's who they are, and they're scared of everything. God, it reminds me of that movie, The Village, all the time. Every time when I start thinking about the people, it just shifts right into The Village. And it is all created. It's created fear, but like as soon as somebody goes out and looks, then you see there's nothing to fear. But the group stands back so scared and timid and fearful of everything. But it's so trippy is because that is their avatar. Well, it's like their role. It's like a lot of things. It's a lot of things. But it's just so trippy because that's not who you really are on the inside. And that just shows the disconnect. Because on the inside, you wouldn't be scared of anything. Because, this isn't real. This isn't your real life. There's way more out there than this. You have way more connection out there than this. You can feel it. Like, I've spent my life talking to them and stuff. Oh, yeah, with the telepathy thing. Hold on. I'm almost done. Hold on. See little things like that help you learn patience. Like, I really noticed that with the dogs. When they stop and they start doing things that are irritating the fuck out of me, it's like, okay, just learning patience here. Just learning patience. I got this. And it's a challenge, though. Sometimes it's just like, motherfucking shit. Even if I try and yank Stella, though, it's like I'm trying to pull a building or something. Yesterday, the neighbor, timing, I swear to God, timing in my life. Oh, God. Hold on. Like the pickup truck interaction. Like, what the fuck? Timing. Oh, God, that was weird. But, so yesterday, the neighbor, right as we're coming up, like we're already on her property, and she's out opening her gate because they're leaving. And, so Stella was very excited. She just takes off, and it's like something out of a movie. I'm sure I look ridiculous. Like, because she just takes off, and I am like running. I'm sure my legs are going out and I'm trying to, there's no way I can be pulling and doing everything, and it's impossible. She's so fucking strong. And she's so excited. She goes charging in their gate, running up to them. She wants to smell them. Their kids are running back. They don't want to get her slobber on them because everybody knows she slobs them. And then she sees Bert. She takes off towards the woods. She's going to go over to get Bert. She's just so excited. I couldn't believe it. And Max, he's just along for the ride, which Stella decides that she needs to walk him all the time. And it's not like with Winston. And I don't know what her deal is, but she keeps like I have to keep stopping her. I had to really be on her and Archie on being aggressive towards Max. It's like, God, poor Max. Oh, poor Max. He's such a sweetheart, but he's very passive. He's just very, but he has an adventurous side, boy. He wants to go out on an adventure. He gets so excited to go on the walks. And sometimes Stella does not do a big, long walk. And right now, she's really stiff and stuff. And last night was pretty fucked. And he wants to go and walk. Yesterday, he just kept staying outside. I don't know what he was doing. Because now he's gained so much weight, too. I don't think... I mean, he could dig a hole. And... so I don't know. I go out there and try and look, but it seems like he's just standing there gazing out. Oh my God. Like looking, I don't know, just thinking probably he's out running in his mind, remembering back in the day when he was free. But then he forgets about the part that was so scary and where was he going to sleep and where was he going to eat. And you know what's so funny too with him? This little fucking garbage dump thief who especially the bathroom, because it's just one of those little cans, and so everything, a Q-tip. Then so he'll run in there and get that stuff, come out here like, oh, and I've got to fight him for it, tell him stop eating garbage. And if I'm not right on it, then I just find the garbage just ripped out. But he will fucking eat garbage. He will eat a goddamn, I've seen him eat a goddamn pile of vomit. I've seen him eat a Kleenex Kleenex. I've blown my nose in. And I've seen him eat paper towels, like all of that stuff. But there's certain treats that come out like in the middle of the night, Stella's starving, so she wants food. And then I got another present from another neighbor. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that whole thing too, because it was like, it's so weird, because there is like a group of us who were like, no, with the Christmas, but there's other group that is still on Christmas. And so I didn't give anything back. Like the one neighbor gave me something, which was that advent calendar, which I really enjoyed. Then he gave me something yesterday, and he gave me some, he gives me like sweet cakes or whatever, because he knows I like sweets. And so he gave me some donuts. And so in the middle of the night, Stella's starving, so I was giving her some donut. I try and give it to Max. Like, it can be cookies, donuts. I make like sweetbreads and stuff like that. And any of that stuff, he is so fucking picky. Oh, it's like, what the hell, dude? You eat garbage. You don't want a donut, but you'll eat garbage, okay? It's so funny. I just don't get it. Okay, so let's see if I can get back to somewhere else that I was at. I did want to say this too, because the face yoga thing, because all the lymph draining thing, for one thing, I have noticed that when you're sleeping, especially like I sleep on my side a lot, and it's like all the fluid goes in pools, like in a dead person when all the fluid pools in their back or wherever, however they die. But so it's like we're asleep, all of the fluid pools to wherever it is. Which, yeah, if you're laying on your back, it's got to go somewhere. I don't know where it goes. But anyways, I mean, maybe that causes more congestion or something. But anyways, there's fluids in our face, and it builds up overnight, and it pools up. So having to do that lymph drainage, and I think you have to do it. Like, I do it a couple times a day, and it's not like it's more like I would just put on my lotion and then just really just rub and massage and push. When you want to, you have directions though that you want to push, and it's got to go down to this draining. And this draining, you got to really keep clear, because this one is really to stop you up. And there's all these muscles down here that pull these muscles. So it's all, you know, how I've talked about, as you age and your muscles start to atrophy and stuff, so they start pulling tighter. That's a lot of the signs of aging that people have. And so they're all of these things that happen when you stop taking care of yourself. And the thing is that this fake, phony world that we live in, and all these people think you just mask it, you just hide, you just mask your signs of aging. Well, if you're masking your signs of aging, then you're not going towards it head on and trying to figure out what's up. And now knowing that aging isn't real, it's lifestyle choices. It's how you take care of yourself. And it's like the surrender of your health, to me. So anyways, God, I have to keep on trying to catch my breath all the time, man. Swear to God, it's like going underwater in the pool, and that's like more what it feels like or something. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like that. Like I'm in a pool and I'm holding my breath, and then I gotta take another breath. It's really weird. So anyways, and we got so many people with pneumonia, so no telling. There's no telling. There could be fucking, I swear there's bugs trying to get in and out of my eyes all goddamn time. And then, you know, I'm feeling my fucking face. Oh yeah, so I was talking about the lymph drainage thing. So let's get back to that. I don't know, I'm skipping all around. If I am. And so, but you gotta be like pushing. And then over here, like on this side where I'll sleep, it'll get like this, like, you know, like when you're a kid and you get up and you have this like line in your face and you just like go to school. and then, nobody, I mean, we don't even think about it. Then as you get older and you start becoming more concerned with what you look like, is there definitely that freedom of life back. Yeah, there's a freedom before somebody makes fun of something that's wrong with you. Then when somebody draws your attention to like, what, I'm not perfect, what's wrong with me? Like, then it's like, everybody, tell me what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me? I don't know. Some people are like that. Some people aren't. So there's those of us who are, though. We're always just like, what's wrong with me? And so anyways, there is a point in time, though, where it's like a freedom where you don't have that concern. So anyways, if we can get back to that, because that is like, why do we live in concern over these things? Why is it our focus? Because it is an energy sucker. And what is the point of it? Because this isn't even, I mean, it's one thing, you know, to have a nice car, as Rolls Royce is going across the state. It's one thing to have a nice car, but, and, you know, take care of it, but it can't be just your focus. It can't be who you are. It can't just represent, like, you know, who you are and stuff. So you've got to have more depth to yourself. So anyways, the, more development. And this is what everything is about too, because it is like, the avatars have been so stuck in a reality that was so chosen. It was like, yeah, it's chosen for them, but still you choose to come here. And it's not like you're vacuum sucked into here by the universe. You come here for a purpose, and it's the challenge. You come here for the challenge. You don't come here like, oh, I hope nothing happens. You know what's going to happen before you ever come. This is like, but it's like reading the book, and then you come in to play the part. You come in to feel what it feels like. And so it's something like that. Like, I don't know how it all fits together, but I mean, somehow it does. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, I don't know, because we all have these ways of interacting with all these people. Oh yeah, the timing thing with the dog. Okay, no, I finished that because that was a ridiculousness. Like, oh, she's just pulling me, and I know it looks like something out of a movie of ridiculous. But anyways, I got her out of the garden, got her back home. But then she always wants to walk Max. But then she's so much more aggressive about it. And she just like picks him up off the ground and she trots, and I'm like running behind her. and gets him in there. And then sometimes she's just like, I don't know. It's just like Max is the doormat of the house for these guys. They're kind of just mean. I'm always having to take up for him. He's sitting here right by me, watching me, listening, because he knows I take up for him. I'll see. So anyways, let me see back where I was, see if I can get back on something that was, okay, so when you're doing that, so you got to do it, like, put on your, to me, castor oil is the way to go. It's cheap, it's good for your skin, it's got, like, stuff, but you got to get good castor oil, and I don't know, like, I can't say, oh, my castor oil is good. Like, I like this one that I have a lot. I've tried some different ones, and the one that I have that's the, Jamaican black, it's like, it's so thick and it has such a rich smell. But then these other ones I have, they're just like, they're so much thinner and they don't have the same kind of smell and stuff. So I always think, man, this one seems better, but I don't know. I mean, it could have some other stuff in it. It's hard to say. Yeah, it's like you got to just find something that's right for you, because even we don't all even smell the things the same. You know, we don't taste things the same. We don't smell things the same. So it's like you can't just do something like somebody else says. You got to figure out. It's like it more leans you in a direction. Like, oh, yeah, I could get castor oil for my face and stop spending $100 on retinol bullshit. And but if you've done retinols for a long time, that's the thing too. If you've done them for a long time and then you try and go off of them, you're on a journey, because your skin becomes addicted to what is in it, and then when you take it away, your skin like collapses. It ages, it goes as far back as where you were. So if you've been using it for 10 years and you stop, your skin's gonna go to 10 years older real quick. So that is a problem, and that's what's such bullshit doing that. But that is the counter to this masking aging. You know, when you're doing fake shit, there's a counter to it. Everything has another side. Like, everything has another side. But the other side of a lot of this artificial shit is fucking bullshit. It's sickness. And everybody's got the sicknesses. So that's the real deal, man. And so anyways, but so when you're trying to fight this aging thing, when you're trying to do it for real, and not just, because it's a lot of things, you know, I mean, you still got to do I think that what you consume has to be, you have to really think about it. You can't just be mindlessly eating, but then you also have to, in a spiritual sense, you have to be enjoying your life and doing things that, you know, you can't just restrict, because that's not healthy. That's not mentally healthy. It's not healthy for your avatar healthy. There's nothing good about it. It's bad energy. And then you got to go deeper into that energy. Like, why am I doing it? Why am I thinking this way? Why do I feel this way? And find where your link is to that dark energy and let it go. But there's positive ways of doing all this stuff, you know, having a healthy lifestyle. Oh, yeah, because I was talking about the curve thing on your head. Well, everybody's got it. Everybody's got like a swirl. Everybody's got two sides of themselves. And I swear to God, the more that you find balance in yourself, the more your sides go together. It's weird. I used to feel like my sides were so mismatched. And the more I've healed, the more I look at it and I'm like, man, I see it was so much more symmetrical. Where I used to think my face was so much asymmetrical, like so off. And so anyways, and also it could not look like that to anybody. So you could ask other people and they'll be like, no, you look normal. What are you talking about? But it would look like that to you, because you are supposed to see what you're supposed to see. Something's supposed to be confused, like it's off balance. Something's off balance. I'm off balance. Something's not right. You know, our bodies are speaking to us. That's how telepathy works too. A lot of it is trying to understand or read into certain signs and symbols and stuff. And then you get words sometimes too, like, but a lot of times it's just like these random kind of words. It's not like somebody's just sitting there telling you something. No, it's like you're being shown things, but I don't know how to explain it, because it's like you see things, but there's still a communication. I don't know how to explain it. So, but just you, and then you may, you know, if I try to explain it further, it may be you would try and do that, where really you got to tune into your own, because we all have our own way of communication. So you got to figure your own out and just work on it and develop it. A lot of it is learning how to trust yourself. So anyways, so on the aging thing, it has so much to do with what you take in. And so if you're taking in a bunch of poisons and toxins all the time, it's going to be messing with you. Oh yeah, it was cilantro. Was the herb the other day that I was trying to think of. Cilantro will detox out aluminum, lead, a whole bunch of things. So trying to eat as much raw cilantro as you can, I guess. But, and see, and I always just like end up naturally, it just like happens every month that we usually have, I don't know, I usually get a couple of cilantros and have salsa and stuff. So I see that's kind of, to me, is like listening to your body or listening to some higher force, and then get it, because I wasn't doing it because I knew that, but see, those little things help keep us clean without us having to do too much. It's like your body, it's like you have a direction. Once you choose that direction, the direction is there for you. And so, but you got to like tune into the direction too. So it is, because they're always like my algorithm is always bringing me stuff, but I'm open to it. Like when they're showing me and I'm seeing copper, something about copper for the third or fourth time, I'm like, okay, so this is something you're trying to tell me. And so I'll listen to the videos, so I'll give them time, and then I'll start, you know, then there, once you open the door, there's more of a communication too, because I'm not going to just say, oh, I think about it and I just all of a sudden, no, I think that I'm shown things and understand things. So anyways, it's all, there's so much in your journey that can have this guidance. And that's what's just so weird. It's just like such a huge amount of people here who are, man, it's so weird. Like, I think that is a part of why they are all about just killing all the people off, because they think it's, the people are so mind trapped that they can't see any way out. They can't see. It's like that their experiment backfired on them or something. Like they tried to do this one thing, but they're still going. But they're not going anywhere. It's kind of more of us seeing what their plan was, because it's all drying up. But definitely, when I hear about the people's conversations and what they say and stuff, I'm like, man, it's just so weird, because it just stays so limited in the box over how to think about this and fears and stuff. And as soon as you start thinking outside the box and you start realizing this place is a game, like it changes. So anyways, in this aging thing, you know, it's all part of the bullshit. So anyways, doing that stuff, like get whatever kind of thing, like some people, vitamin E oil, there's a lot of different oils, and there may be something that's really great for your skin. And but the oils, and way back when I had my shop, there was a girl who was a facial girl who came to work there, and she had said, and this is when, so I was with number 4, and it's when we had the shop, so it's right before, it is in between having my brain injury and when everything fell apart. And so it's like, oh, it's like right in the middle. And so I was still on like 18 pills or whatever. I was still having so much problems with my health. And oh yeah, man, I don't even know when I had the Hep C. And I don't know how I got it either. Like somebody could have gave it to me, that's for sure. But that but all of a sudden it just gave me that thought of like, God, did I give it to anybody? Fuck, I don't know. That's the thing, man. We just don't know everything. So crazy. Because I could have gave it to somebody, and not everybody's out there able to heal themselves. Like, I think everybody can, But that's just not, you know, their journey. Because that's the thing, too. It's not like I can change their journey. It's like your journey's your journey. So, yeah, God. I think of I think I had that epiphany before, but anyways, this time it's hitting me and it's all of a sudden seeing like, oh my God. Oh, Jesus. So anyways, you know, but I didn't know. So I didn't do it on purpose. But, man, I could have made some, like, they could be really sick. And that's, ooh. So, so anyways, but I was still on all of those meds and stuff. And this girl who had come to work there, she didn't work there very long. I think she had drug problems or something. But she was the one who introduced me to the oils. And she was telling me that oils is going to be the thing in the future. And she even gave me some almond oil and this stuff. And so she was getting like really good oils and stuff. But she was like really pushing on the oils for your skin and not all these creams and serums and all that stuff. She said oils will be the thing. And I don't know how long she had been out of school, but it was, I don't know. But anyways, that stuck with me. And so now I do see like, oh, oils are the thing. Like she was right. And she said all that way back. And so there's a lot of different oils. You just find something that works good for you. And there's a lot of blends and stuff. And you can make your own blends. But that stuff is so much cheaper than all these products that they sell us that is full of, you know, that we don't even know what the shit is in the ingredients. And then it has these things that make your skin addicted to the cream and stuff. So you think like your skin is good, but you can't ever go off of it. So they can jack up the price. What do they do with all this stuff? Why do they want us on their stuff? They can jack up the price. They can take it away. They can give it. They can move it. They can, all their little fucking games that they play with us, which is all coming to the surface because that is also a part of the insurance fraud bullshit of our society. Like it's all these fun and games in people's lives, and they cause destruction in people's lives. And, death, and it's outrageous. Just like this thing with the shelters, man. When the fuck did we ever accept that just kill these dogs? But now with the problem is that they're killing these dogs for room. It's like they commit crimes that they tell us that are crimes, and then they just sit and commit them, but it's the government, so it's okay. And then you get these psychopath people who go and work at these jobs who, that's what I said, some of these people, like, their intention, like, things are going to come back and hit some people so fucking hard. So fucking hard. And, yeah, if you're somebody who's working in a shelter and you're in there enjoying doing this job and putting all these dogs out and just murdering all day long, like, that energy is not going to be fun when it hits back. I don't know how, but it's not going to be good. And so there's going to be some people who are going to be hit so hard by their choices and following orders and stuff, man. But yeah, and when it's reached this point of we're just murdering, I mean, they're puppies and shit too. Like, they used to be, oh, euthanasia. It's just, you know, as they're dying, just to take them out of their misery. Okay, even with that, you know, I'm still glad that I did it with Winston because he was really showing signs of pain and I didn't want him to suffer. But but, you know, now I know, like, fuck, I could have just been doing all this stuff, healing him. Like, I had no idea it was all the parasites and shit. Like, fuck, I didn't know that. And so now, you know, I would have done it different. But that's, you know, our journey is learning the differences, learning the perspectives and stuff. And, oh, yeah, he's that one. Yeah, okay, so there's 2 videos still that I wanted to say something about. But I wanted to finish saying about this, too. So, so anyways, your lifestyle choices is the most important. Like, you've got to be going at it like a health conscious person. Like, you want to take care of yourself. What would a health conscious person do? How would a health conscious person eat? And I can't stress it enough how important it is to have your movement. And to me, I totally see the benefit of it going throughout the day. So I don't just, like so many people, they have to fit it into their time, into their schedule. So they head to the gym, they put in their hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, You can work their fucking shit off. And I think it's putting people out of sync. There's something that's not, it's like a time, like your time slot for taking care of yourself or something. It's out of whack. It's out of balance. So and it's gonna show, like, I don't know if it's gonna be like, there's people who are doing the same thing as me. I've seen these girls doing their videos, and they are like over 100 pounds overweight, and then just doing these little things in their living room, and I've lost 100, 150 pounds, 200 pounds doing it. So you don't have to just go into a gym. That is like, it's a misnomer or something. It's not real. You don't have to go to the gym to get healthy. You can just, and to me, it's just, I think it's good to do it a whole bunch of times during the day. Little small slots throughout the day of getting up and doing something. And I heard that a long, long time ago. And I think it totally is true. I've seen it in my own life. Like, if I just got up, I would be in misery anyways to try and kick my ass every morning and just, I'm going to do it for an hour. And then the rest of the day, I'm just going to sit here and be like, no, I do it throughout the day. So, and I don't think if I added it all up, there's no way it comes to an hour. I think it would maybe come, if you took a timer each time I got up and did something, and maybe I should do that, is, maybe I will do that, is time it, and then, stop or whatever, and then go throughout the day and see by the end of the day. I bet you it would only come to 30, maybe 45 minutes, but it's definitely not like going for an hour and kicking your ass and stuff. It's a lot easier, but it's just as effective. And I think it's got even more effect because you're kind of keeping your body going. It's like stoking the fire instead of just, burning it out real quick and then just dragging ass the rest of the day. So, and some people, they get a lot of energy and stuff from the exercising, but there's something that's off about it. And everybody would have to, it would show up in different people's lives in different ways. But I think it's not the healthiest way to go. So it will kind of fall apart. Just like all these different things. Like the, okay, I gotta finish with that. So I was about to go back over there again. Oh yeah, because the girl who had said that about her mom, and then she's like, oh, and I said, well, what if your mom was saying that about you? How would you feel? And then she's just like, what if? I was like, what if? Like, I just ask you, what if? Like, what in the hell do you answer somebody back with? Like, that is the depth of the narrative, though. It's just like when you see that podcast with Tim Pool, just fucking tearing that guy apart with information and no information. That guy can't even barely fucking talk. And then when he does try and talk, he just tries to make excuses or whatever. And Tim Pool keeps telling him, no, you're not informed. You're making your decisions and you don't even have all the information. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And that's the truth. It's like they're all basing their evaluation on half the information because their biases don't allow them to see the rest. But that's the part that's going to blow up for them, where they're going to see. And but on that girl's thing, where she didn't say anything back, then somebody else came in and said, what a great perspective, or what a great POV, and said some other thing, because yeah, like, you guys are all out here just putting this all over fucking social media, like, fuck your parents, you hate your parents and all this stuff. Your parents suck. And it really, this was something I thought was good too, because I just saw this video and it was like a cartoon thing. And it said the 4 things you have to do in order to, what was the thing you have to do? It wasn't just to become enlightened or whatever, to find peace in your life or something like that. And number 1 is forgive your parents. And by forgiving your parents, by having compassion and empathy that they did the best they could. They didn't have all the answers. The answers were available to them was all that they knew. And so they did the best they could, and you just got to forgive them. Let it go. Holding on to your anger and pain over it is going to make you sick and make you, it's not good for you. And then there was forgiving. Everything is forgive everybody who's ever done you wrong. Forgive your parents. Forgive, forgiveness is important, because otherwise you're holding on to anger. Like I've already talked about this. But anyways, that video saying that, and then at the same time we have all these people out there like, oh yeah, number 4 though is forgive yourself. And but you have all these people out there just showing their anger and stuff, like they're not forgiving. So see, it's showing them, well, it's showing us this side of them, but they're the ones who are going to see this side of them when it flips over. See, they're going to see their own, that they're holding their own self back with their own anger and bitterness and hatefulness that's coming from them, and they can't go forward. When you're holding on to that stuff, you got to heal it to go forward. You got to let it go. You got to, and it's important to understand, like, that your parents did the best that they could. And it's hard. I mean, I fucking went through that. Believe you me, it was very hard. Every time I went into a counselor, I would just whine and whine and whine and whine. And this one, finally, she was just like, sometimes it's the harshest words that, slap you out of your crazy, is, so what? You had bad parents. They were fucking teenagers. What the hell did you, you got to let it go. I mean, how long in life can you carry this around like, oh, poor me, my parents sucked. It's like, fucking join the club. We all, like, most of us all feel that way. And then most of us all think we're going to do better. And then most of these girls, they're in the thick of it. And all of a sudden it's like, this sucks, man. This sucks. Like, you feel like shit, you're crying. It's like, yeah, you got to think like this is the same thing your parents went through. And some of them didn't handle it as well. Some were violent, some were angry, some were competitive, some were bitter. Like, but that is, they've got issues, and you coming at them, and it is like, it's a lot more productive if you forgive them and let go of stuff and let them, that makes their issues even more bitter taste to them. But it shows them also direction of how to let go of things, because they need to let go of the shit from their parents, because it's just this like that baton thing, like I said. And so anyways, these are all the shifts that we need to make. But I did see, now I've been seeing more people liking that and stuff, because it is like, people have to think about the other person and how would that feel. If your mom's all over online sitting there saying, God, I'm so glad, man, they were nothing but a problem the whole time they were growing up. Now they've cut me out of their lives, and it's just a blessing. I can't even believe it. There's no fucking way I'm going back and hanging out with them anymore. And some of them are just like the more years you have under your belt of cutting your parents off, the better you are. It's like, this is such a different energy. Like, this energy that's the energy that's going to fucking flip. And that's the energy that's going to hurt them, because they're going to see the side of themselves, because they don't see it yet, because they're in their own self-indulgent pain and misery, feeling sorry for themselves about their own trauma. And so that's what pulls you out of your trauma, to see other people's and see like, oh my gosh, everybody's got that, we're all struggling. We're all out there struggling, and everybody's got their struggles, I mean, even famous people, they go through loss and stuff. So it's not like you can't get away from some of this stuff. We're all the same. We're just all here to have different experiences. So anyways, I just think it's important to realize, like, instead of that, like, I've been talking about this for years, but then instead of the cutting people out of your life, that's not healthy. You've got to learn how to heal them. And then also, it is the challenges. It helps you to grow and become better and, more patient, more caring, and more kind. It goes in the direction that you want as a part of your character, rather than angry and bitter and sick with cancer and all that stuff, So, So anyways, that is important. And it has a lot to do with your health. It has a lot to do with your mental health, what you're holding on to, your anger and your bitterness is going to come out in your physicality, because that's what your physical body is here to represent, what you're going through, to help you to process or understand or to feel it. It's sensors to the feeling, your environment. And so it's going to sense to you when you are in pain and suffering and struggling and stuff. But it's just our attempt to go towards it is a it's a default. I keep hearing default. It's not the right way to go. Like, we're going at everything upside down and backwards. But it's also, each soul has to sense that for themselves. Just like all these ladies who, are out there pushing, just hide the aging. And only some of them, it's like hide parts of it, but then love the rest of it. And then, so, I don't know. It always trips me out. Is like these ladies who are just the silver goddesses, is now to know, like, oh my God, they're a dead man walking. Their bones are going to start breaking as they're walking. Like, it's not that pretty. It's like, it's this danger zone. And you can't get away from it, because I just saw one of those silver beauties doing a video, trauma video, because her daughter is in college in LA, and she just got, I don't know what you would call it, assaulted by a guy with a weapon in her face, on the streets. And when she just tried to walk out of her apartments and go up and get coffee at the corner, and how dangerous it is. So she went off of her, just her videos of, there's this certain video that just are all like, so superficial and shallow, just all about, well, I don't know. It was the way I looked at Mama Tot when I very first saw her. Just stuff that was like shallow. It's like no purpose, no sense to it. Like, oh, get this, buy this. Man, look at how good I look with my makeup on and shit. Like, look at my outfit, what I'm going to wear today. It's like, I don't know. It's like, isn't there something more productive in the world that we could be doing? So, so anyways, they have whole accounts on that, and they have big following. It's because they're so pretty, or their hair's so pretty, or whatever. And so they get all these people follow them, and then it just feeds this artificial bullshit. But, just like when Mama Tot, the bugs trying to get my eyes, trying to get my nose, trying to get my eyes, it's just like when Mama Tot was doing it, when I had first seen her, and then her son got, and I was like, man, so she's got this really fake account. I was like curious to see what was going to happen, but she just, she took her, I don't know, a week or two off, and then she was right back at it. And now she's just been roasted, man. Like, I mean, when you need to go in a certain direction and you keep going, it doesn't get better. Like, no, when the universe is trying to stop you dead in your tracks, you need to stop. You need to stop dead in your tracks. Because, yeah, now she's just been, like, fucking roasted, man. Man, people talk so much shit on her. But she is, like, just, like, phony. So phony. And that's what people are just disgusted by it now. And it's so weird, because these people follow these people. And they're the ones that are like, oh, God, you're such a fake. Like, so they're the ones who are getting so disgusted by it. And it's all the tables are turning, and people are paying more attention. Like, there's all sorts of, like, there's fleets of ships going, fleets of shit going on up in the sky. It's not just like, oh, here's one, there's one. No, there's all like a whole bunch of stuff going on. And it's going to, and it's getting people's attention. Like, there's a lot going on in different places. So it's going to keep, I still don't know, like, what the plan is. Like, all of a sudden, are we going to have the sky come on, and there's all these ships, and we got all these people are scared shitless and running and hiding and stuff? Like, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out. Like, it's a mystery. But anyways, but what's not a mystery is aging's fake. So, yeah. So anyways, you got to get your oil. And so I would put oil on. And then as you're massaging, just be like pushing everything is like your drainage things are like here. So you want to push it down to drain, but you don't want to clog these ones up too. It's so weird because we're not even flushing blood. This is just, it's so weird. Everything is so weird. So, but you have to like push it and get all these fluids. So you want to do that. And then to me, this face yoga thing, and you got to find, there's so much of it. There's tons. And all these younger girls who are doing it, it's way better when you start this stuff young. Trying to do it and catch up to what you should have been doing for 20 years is a lot more work. So but the girls that are doing it, that are doing it before their face starts like sagging and stuff, that they are raising it real quick. But to me, it is a lot harder. It's a lot harder, but I am noticing a change. So that's what I wanted to say. Because like right here, I could see that there was like this muscle was dropping. And so this one is is this, I think all these different ones are always showing, because you got to raise these cheeks back up. And so this muscle, because that is something, the muscle starts drooping and falling, our skin starts drooping and falling, like it's a whole bunch of things that go together. And so when you're reversing it, you got to get your skin back good with, I just saw a picture of my mom at my sister's, and so she posted it, and my mom's hair is so much darker. It's not back to darkness yet, but it's definitely darker, but her skin looks so much like, oh my gosh, her skin is looking really good. It just to start happening. Your skin will just start filling back in with fluid, like what's healthy in there. When you start putting that stuff back into your body, and it has some to put back where it needs to go. So your skin will start improving itself. So just do the things like putting keeping as much lymph out, so your face isn't all puffy all the time. And you can do it too, like all in here. Like I do all of this stuff. And that's like about how much pressure I put. And so, and I had one of those gouache things, but I thought that was kind of hurt. So anyways, but I am seeing like a change, like this line seems to be kind of disappearing. So that is another thing to just, if you're trying to watch and see like, well, does this really work? Everything I'm seeing, all this stuff really works. And so, but lifting these ones, there's muscle, there's ones for here, there's ones like if all your skin's going down like that, there's that one is like you're supposed to hold this up, and then you're supposed to lift. And this stuff, it seems like it's no big deal. Go try and do it a whole bunch of times. It's like, fuck, man, this is work. Like, this is a workout, man. And then plus, when you're standing up doing it, like if you stand in front of the mirror and do that, you'll notice like you're also working your stomach and your abs at the same time, because you're like tightening them. So, and that's calisthenics, when you keep tightening your muscles and letting them go. So it really does do a workout. And even if you use your mind and you go in and you envision yourself working out, I guess your body starts showing itself as the progress that you put into it in your mind. Like, that's a really easy workout right there. But you have to stay focused, so I don't know. Is it super easy? Like, I don't know. As soon as I start focusing on just my tooth, like I'll be asleep real quick. So I don't know. I mean, if you want to just do your exercise in your mind, stay focused on it and do all your exercise, I guess your body will start showing the signs of the exercise. So, and that's in some studies or something. There's going to be a lot of different kinds of studies that'll be coming out about our health and stuff soon. It's like all the lies have to be exposed, but then there'll be truth that will come, and the truth is going to be all beneficial and help us and give us direction and stuff. But anyways, so they're doing all of the face yogas and stuff like that. So that one, lifting your eyes, and that strengthens this muscle back, so it lifts this. And then if the skin's all crepey, just do keep doing the lotion and rebuilding your minerals and stuff. So the crepey skin comes from the lack of, I think, copper. Um, but see, it also has something to do with the iron, because the copper builds the collagen, but it won't build it up if it's lacking iron or something. So, but that's why I keep saying, it's like you need all of them. You need, to cook with the cast iron. I just think it's so important to cook with the cast iron, and then drinking from the copper. And then some of them, though, you have to take things. But I do also the magnesium spray and the pills. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to get the zinc pills again. I might. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I think I might try them another month and see. But there's selenium. There's a whole bunch of different minerals that you can get and take. And when I told my mom, I said, you know, your hair is getting so much darker. Your skin's looking so great. I said, you're doing good. Keep doing that. And she goes, that my sister told her skin was looking really good. And I said, yeah, totally. And she said, but the biggest thing is I feel so good. So I'm going to keep doing it. I just feel good. Because, you know, you're shorted minerals and stuff. And then you go to the doctor and you talk about stuff. And they're just like, oh, but you're getting old. And then you just like, okay, well, this is what it feels like to get old. But then all of a sudden you start doing this other stuff. And it's like, fuck, man, I feel good. I don't feel old. I feel good. But you have your weakness and stuff because your muscles have deteriorated. And so as your muscles deteriorate and atrophy, see, that starts pulling while your face starts sagging, because it's like pulling. And then the skin is loose because it doesn't have enough collagen in it, because you're deficient in these minerals. And then we stop using all these muscles in our face. And the ones I see, a lot of these younger people doing the thing. There's one lady, though, she's Oriental. I'm not sure which place, like what she is, if she's Vietnamese, North Korean, or whatever. But she, oh my God, she looks young. And she's always showing how to lift the muscles and stuff. And that's why I was saying, like, in some of these places, it's just like kind of their lifestyle. Like, it just is like, you just got to make it into your lifestyle. Like, every day you're going to go in, you're going to do your creams and rubs, and then you're going to do your little weird face things and move these muscles and get all your muscles alive. Also, I think it's important to do this kind of stuff, like, and get blood circulating, pull the blood and stuff up into these areas, because you want it to circulate and stuff in your hair and stuff, which is kind of funny, because way back in the day when guys started losing their hair, and they would go and they'd get these massages on their scalp and stuff to stimulate the blood circulation. But you really do need to do that. But also, if you're losing your hair, zinc is a sign that you have a zinc deficiency. So doing that kind of stuff all over your whole self, like you got to have circulation going, and it is a filter system. So you got all of this stuff, and that's why you got to keep your filter system clean, and that's why you got to do all this detoxing and stuff, and getting off of their prescriptions, man. I like, there's so many of these things, like, where I keep hearing these doctors, like, the worst thing you can take is a statin or some statin. And then they, which I don't remember all these different drugs and stuff. And I don't remember, the ones I've heard that them saying are really bad. Blood pressure ones, blood pressure medicines, and the ones for cholesterol. Both of those are very destructive. And there's a lot better options and a lot healthier options, but it's super destructive to your system. But you have to look at, like, there, you know, all these doctors that are out here saying this stuff, that it's not like mainstream media is putting it out there. I guess there was a huge bust that just happened, that they said there was like 160 kids found. Like, I don't know if this is an old story or if this is a new story, because I've seen it a bunch of times where people are saying there's this big bust and they're not talking about it on the news. And they found like, I think it was 200 people in a synagogue, kind of underground. 160 of them were underage. So I don't know. I don't know if it's an old story or whatever. But also old stories have been held back from us. And now, you know, stories are coming into the light. And so, you know, I mean, this stuff really is happening. And the media is definitely not talking about the truth. It's not talking, I mean, they're just, I don't know. They are kind of like just robot people or something. Who even knows if they even pay any attention to anything that's going on in the world, really. Um, it's all individual. So it's all individual storylines and different things for people's own benefit, yeah, to what it is that they need. And, but there's lots of people who are not going to take they're not going to get the benefit part. They're going to end up going and seeing like they were cut off, and some of their learning or their stuff will be like more on the other side, so that they can see like their role or their position, or they'll get a different look at it. But everybody's going to see them own selves. There's no way to get away from it. And so, the squeaky old chair. But I really like it. Yesterday, I had the light on, and it was like, oh my God, this chair is so tore up. And I sit here pulling all these threads and stuff. It's like, I really have got to recover this chair. I was going to do that this year, but then I ended up getting a different bathroom instead. And then once I get the bathroom paid, then I got to hurry and start getting the money for the roof of that other thing so it can be done in the spring. So, I don't know. I'll get to this chair at some point. Who knows? Who knows what the fuck's going to happen? I swear to God. Like, I don't even know if this area is even going to still be here, you know? I just saw this guy. So he was in South Carolina. This video really was pretty creepy. But so he's in South Carolina. It's night, it's dark. And you can see he's on his deck. And he's like, it looks like he's got a really fancy house. There's a lot of windows and stuff. And he's got like one of these decks, another deck here. Like there's multiple decks, and this deck's really huge. And there's all these trees out like around in his yard and stuff. And so his video is like, what the hell is going on? What's going on out here? What's going on? What's going on? Somebody's doing this. What's happening? He just keeps saying that. And he's showing, and sometimes he's showing the flashlight up in the tree and then trying to get the film thing. But the whatever is up in the tree is breaking the tree. So it's just like taking limbs and just busting them off, giant limbs. This guy said it would take him a couple minutes to just saw one of those. So it's just taking these giant limbs. He's like, what the hell is doing this? Because there's no way I could bust one of these limbs off. And so it's busting these limbs, and it's making the trees are just shaking. And it's busting him and busting him. And so he keeps trying to show and see. And he's saying it's getting so mad. And so it's reacting to him doing this, and it's getting more violent. And then it like, I don't know, it looks like I guess it busts the tree in half, and so half the tree fell. But it looks like all of a sudden, like the whole side of the tree, like the whole branches go. But he said it busted the tree in half. So the whole side of the tree all of a sudden falls. And then the guy's like, what the hell is happening? And then you see it go over into the next tree, and you see it shaking and stuff, but you cannot see anything. You can't see anything. But I have seen enough of these other kinds of stories or videos or whatever. Like there's ones of hunters and stuff, and they go out and they sit in these like pods or something. They have these like little shelter things that they'll go and sit. I can't remember what they're called, but they'll sit there waiting for something to shoot at. So they, and I've seen this story more than one hunter. This has been a few different ones. And they would see something all of a sudden and see something in the trees, or usually it's in the trees. Usually I don't think it's on the ground, but it can go on the ground, but it like goes from tree to tree or something. But when you look at it, you can see more of an energy. And so it reminds me of back in a movie, I think it was Predator or something, and really old. Like, I don't know in the newer movies that are so much more AI advanced and stuff, but back in this older one that I'm seeing, it was like it would look at it, and it looked kind of like it was see-through, kind of like a bunch of prisms of different things put together. So like if you looked over, it's not like you would see, but you would see a shape, like an outline of a shape, especially when it's moving. And it's all these like little prisms of color, but it's like it looks like energy kind of. And so, and some of these hunters would get really freaked out because it would be moving through the forest and it would be knocking things or something and they could see it. But it wasn't, I mean, it's otherworldly. It's not an our reality kind of thing, because it's like in it, but not totally in it, because we can't see it like that. And so it can stay hidden from us. And but some of these people have seen him. That's what I think that he had up there. I don't know. That to me is some being from, I mean, some, not, I mean, there's destructive beings. Obviously, we've been imprisoned by some. So there's obviously destructive ones, but it's not, those aren't the ones that are here to liberate us. The ones that are here to liberate us, those are ones that are like our family. This is our connection to our spirit side. These are like the spirits coming to remind us that we're spirits. So it's like an evolution of a homecoming of to realize like your spiritual connection or something. So, but there is destructive ones here, and I don't know. Like the guy got kind of spooked because then he's like, "Oh my God, I heard it got on the ground. I need to go inside." He's like, "I think it's coming for me," and he could hear a sound like it thudded down onto the ground. So it has substance to it, but you can't see it. But when you can see it with a certain light reflecting to it, you can see a form and you can see like this thing. But anyways, that was like kind of in this movie Predators, think that shows it. Maybe there's a Predator movie that has it where it is kind of can shapeshift in and out or something. But I know I have seen it in a movie or something where it was like that's real, like that's really what they are. Like some, like not all of them, but we're all energy. Like we're all, our souls are energy. It's just so weird how like we're in this place where all these souls are in this like little monkey suit, and they think like the monkey suit's real, like this is real. It's like, this is not real. Like, and then the more you tell people, the more they think you're crazy. It's like, but it's seriously, it's not real. And then, and even on this Christmas thing, because, so I had the one neighbor across the street gave me that calendar thing, which ate all the candies. They were so good. And I hope that they don't really spend that much on it, but, and then he gave me some little things. And then my mom messaged me yesterday and said, "Oh, you have a gift coming, but it's not going to get there because all this weird stuff with the mail. And so you're not going to get it until New Year's maybe." So you don't have to give me anything. And then this was kind of like my battle, because it kind of is programmed into us. Somebody gives you something, it's like, oh, got to give them something back. And so I have fought some of these programs, and this Christmas I especially was fighting that program, because I was like, I'm not going to buy into this. I'm not going to buy into this Christmas program that they're trying to run us on, because it is so, it's like counterproductive to life. I swear to God, it's a distraction, and it's an expensive distraction, and it's one that causes so much emotional like this. Okay, so American Airlines doing that whole shenanigan yesterday with the things, like all this stuff is going to keep happening. Like I've said, like, going out and thinking everything is just fine. I'm just going to go and do a little quick trip over to the the folks' house, take the kids to the grandparents, for Christmas. Like, this is like our life's changing. Things are changing. Everything is going to just keep ripping it apart. And so you have all these people who are so frustrated. This one woman, she kept doing videos and she is like crying. She's so pissed off. So pissed off American Airlines and how much money they've spent to get over here. And now they're stuck and they can't even get to where they're going. And they're not going to be there for Christmas. But see, just right there. Well, why wouldn't it just be like, when you get there, you'll just celebrate Christmas? Why is everybody so stuck on, well, it has to be on this day? You missed out. See ya. Our programs really need to, we need to get control of ourselves. So, yeah, they want to cause us problems. But when we shift gears and we look at it like, okay, well, I'm kind of stuck here. We're going to make the best of it. So we'll see you when we get there, and make these people, a lot of people are getting fucked over, not getting any reparations from the airlines. But so you got to fight. You got to fight for your rights, man. And so if you're in those predicaments, it's up to you to fight for it and get what you can. If they're going to pay for your tickets, or get you over there, get you back, because that's going to throw off all your stuff. So, most people don't want to just go sit at the airport and then just fly back home. But if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. And this is definitely teaching us the corporations are not for us at all. They're working against us. And the legal system's working against us. Like, people are really catching on to that. The cops are here to protect the elite. They're here to punish us. They don't give a fuck. Just like, these people can just massacre dogs all day long, puppies and shit. That's perfectly fine. But boy, you have more than your fair share. They're going to come in, bust your house, just take all the dog. Like, it's, I don't know. It's mental, but it's like all of us have to like stand up. All of us have to see it for ourselves and find something that we believe in to stand up for and go against the powers that be. But, their program on the Christmas thing, and then another one too, is the people who feel so alone. They feel so alone just because it's Christmas. I know that there's a lot of people who feel really alone and lonely. I see it all day long. And there's people who are rejected by people in their family, I fucking know this shit, man. And that's why I know, like, you got to change your attitude. You can't just sit here and be like, but I didn't change my attitude out of rejection of reprogramming these ridiculous holidays, this birthday shit and everything. I did that purposefully. And because like on my 60th, where everybody's like has this big thing and stuff, I completely went against that. I was like, oh, I'm going to sit here by myself and I'm not going to celebrate it at all. It's just a day. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to think about it. And I started breaking that program over the aging thing. And then my algorithm just got flooded with all of the nonsense and the bullshit about the aging ceremony and how it all goes together. And so I was like, yeah, I'm out on this thing. It's like, yeah, it makes no sense. How we've come up with each year. I'd say each year is another year off your life. Like, no, you got a window of time. And each year makes no difference. Each day makes no difference. You got a window. You got a time it starts and time it ends. And the countdown is, and which, by the way, when we sit here and we think like, well, we don't know what's going to happen. Well, do we really want to know? Like, I used to think about this when I was a kid, because it was like a lot of pressure. It was like freaked me out when I realized like, we're going to die? Like, what happens? Like, we just die? Like, something bad happens and we die? It was like, freaked me the fuck out, man. It would keep me up at night. And then at night when I go to bed, and I'm being eaten by the fucking tiger. And so it was like terrorizing. Like, my childhood was very terrorizing. And so, but it totally freaked me out. And then, but in that freak out and stuff, I'm starting to realize, like, oh, it's a set time. It's a set time that, and I mean, would you really want to know, like, oh, it's going to be tomorrow. It's going to be around 8:08. Yeah. I mean, I think that would be so horrible. I don't think any of us want to know that. I think a lot of people know the moment before. Like all of a sudden they feel like, oh, I wasn't a good choice. I think I'm heading out. Bye, guys. A lot of people know, like, right beforehand. And, but I don't think that, we're not meant to know some of these things. It's like, I mean, it would be horrible to know. And I think that not knowing is us learning how to just trust. Like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And that did get me a lot more focused on death and everything. Because, I mean, not every 20-year-old is out there reading near-death experiences and uh, um, books on, what is it called? When you're born over and over again, reincarnation. Not all young people are out there reading about reincarnation and what happens when you die and stuff. It was like it consumed me. So I, so I wanted to know. I wanted to figure it out. And so it became part of my journey of trying to see. And, and it's been a long one, as I started it a long time ago. So it's been a long one, and I've learned a lot of things along the way. And I've understood a lot of the things along the way. But, I mean, it seems to me most people don't even think about it. It's much more like they just want to live their lives, and I don't know. It's weird. It's like they just, like, okay, well, if I just claim Jesus, then I'm going to go to heaven, so everything's fine. So I'll just live my life and do my thing. Okay, lady. Eating machine? Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, it's all night long. It's all day and all night. Every couple hours. It's like, she needs food. I'm going to go broke up in here. She's just going to be eating more and more beans. More and more beans. But they're healthy. So, and those dogs that were old, vegan dogs, you got to eat the beans. See how dramatic she is? Okay. This is how she is. Bosses me around. She bosses me around all the time. Okay, so let me think. What else was I going to say? Did I cover everything? Because I think so much of the stuff that I see people going through is stuff that is like, oh, I saw. Like, I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. And this stuff just keeps happening and happening. And it was Santa Cruz, the pier or something. What is it called? I don't know. There's a pier and then there's something else. I don't remember what it's called, but the whole thing broke off. And I don't know if it is just a way. I don't know what is going on over there. There's like so many things. Like, I don't know what's going on in a lot of different places. But I can tell you what fucking, like, my algorithm is so eaten up with dogs. It's insane. Commercials and dogs. Like, the dog crisis is extreme. So extreme. And it wouldn't be, I mean, everything's coming to the surface. So there is just like so much, just like people just having puppies, and dumping puppies, dropping them out the fucking shelters and shit. And it's like, it's so fucking aggravating. But but they're just taking them and they're just putting them all to death. And it's like, this isn't right. And especially we have all these people out there that are starting rescues and stuff. This money could be spent so much better. There's so many people with rescue ideas and, with the money that is being spent to put all these to death by our government could be being spent by regular people in rescues and stuff. And the people, even with the rescues, they're always doing cute videos showing these little dogs and their personalities, and people fall like, oh, I love them. And so it's like selling them, gets them out there. And the shelters don't. They don't give a fuck. They've got hundreds and hundreds of dogs. They just, just put them down, put them down. So anyways, our system is failing in so many ways. And there's just such a mindless part of our society that just keeps on going. But that's why it's going to keep on falling apart. It's going to keep on falling apart. It's going to keep being all this frustration for all these people, all this whole thing. I just hope that it's getting like close. It's sometimes to me, it is so shocking. Like a day, like each day, like I cannot believe something hasn't happened yet. It's just like, oh my God, it is so shocking. But I did just see that there is some kind of big protest going on. I couldn't understand what language they were. I would definitely say it would be in like Russian or Poland or something. I'm not sure what they were speaking, but there's like stuff going on everywhere. Okay, lady, I'm finishing. So anyways, that's that. I don't know. But to finish all the stuff I was gonna say is I don't know. I can't think anymore. So just remember what you're supposed to be doing here is learning how to love yourself and love everyone and how to have a loving day and not be bossed around. So anyways, I'll talk to you in the morning. Talk to you later. Bye.